Episode 303. Oh, geez, here comes Florida. Nintendo Direct details. Where is Pigeon? Diarrhea and questions and beer.
Beer. Which plant seed should this bullet poop?
Ferns.
Him.
The manhood flying out of my mouth.
Reach in at your own risk. This is the Loaded Couch.
All right, now we're back with episode 303 of The Loaded Couch. And I'm the man who did the notes this week and isn't afraid to admit it, Scotch Hound.
Oh. Did all the work. Pat yourself on the back. I can take my time. I'll announce myself whenever I'm good and ready because I got no competition.
Stretch it out.
Yeah, I'll wait till later.
Okay. And we are not joined by a pigeon pack leg, so...
No. Mystery. Where could he be?
That's right. So right into the show, pregame diarrhea of the mouth, or what's happening in Florida.
Oh, dear God. This is a good segment, What's Happening in Florida. There's endless content. I like this concept.
So much better. All right, so a Florida woman stabbed her sister with an EpiPen as the two were drinking together because she's, quote, allergic to drunks, according to the Naples Police Department.
I thought Naples is like the wealthy area of Florida.
No idea. But how does being allergic to drunks work with an EpiPen? That's what I don't get.
It doesn't. Well, I guess when you're both drunk, you just say stuff and you go, yeah. And you stab your friend with an EpiPen?
Aren't the EpiPens like $80 now, though? Isn't that like a waste of an EpiPen?
It's definitely a waste of an EpiPen, for sure, because it's going to do nothing against your drunkenness. I think it's insulin, isn't it? Like if you're going into some sort of anaphylactic shock, isn't that what it's there to do?
Yes.
Right.
Which,
so if you're going
again,
into
doesn't
shock,
make any
about
sense.
to die. Yeah, so it sounds like Florida makes sense. I'm following the math so far.
Right. Okay. All right. Good. So we're right on par.
Yeah, it's a way to go.
All right. Moving on into Florida some more. David Hines of Miami pled guilty to fraudulently obtaining $3.9 million in federal coronavirus loans and using some of the money to buy a Lamborghini Huracan.
Jeez. What did you use the rest of the money for?
Cocaine.
The Lamborghini's not like a... Probably. It's not like you bought a Corolla, but like, I just need something. I need something. You bought a Lamborghini.
Right. Well, it's my commuter car. I needed it.
I have to have it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're going to steal $3.9 million, you should treat yourself to a Lamborghini.
Right.
I guess I see where he's coming from if I'm going to be a fraud.
See, that's the thing. It's like I get into these situations where there's these handout, from the government for these emergency situations. And I guess I'm never going to be
goes wrong.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm never going to be rich and famous or just rich in general, because it never occurs to me to think, how can I screw the government and take as much money as I can from them and not really need it?
See? That's where you're going wrong.
I know. I just, that doesn't make any sense to me. I need $3.9 million. Why?
Yes. See, that's the problem. You're thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
What's happening here is he somehow obtained it, right? That's what the headline says. He obtained.
Right.
There's probably a lot of backstory to that I would love to know about. He's like, sweet. Like, yeah, to your point, when he got to 2 million, we said like, nah, this isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, I need that extra.
You know what I need is 1.9 million more.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
got an eye on that lime green Lamborghini Huracan.
Oh my God. I mean, how much of how great can you feel about yourself knowing, I effed over the federal government, but look how cool I look in my Lamborghini.
So you're thinking too smart for this person.
I don't know if it's smart or nice, and that's why I'll never get ahead in life.
I think you'll be. Yeah, I don't think it's either of the above. Either of those things. I think David here can only think of just himself. Yeah. It's strictly for just me.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, monster. I'm like, that 3.9 million would have probably done like some of these retirement facilities that are like overrun with COVID really well.
Yeah, but what are they going to do with the Lamborghini Huracan?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm going to do with it? A bunch of hookers.
Yeah, seriously. Huge lines of coke and some hookers, man. I still got to get some use out of this Don Johnson jacket I bought like back in the late 90s, on
Luckily,
a
my shades
auction
are still
site.
back in. They're back in.
Yeah, I bought it on an auction site back in the 90s and I still got to get my money's worth out of it. Jesus.
Bro, it's been 30 years, David. Take it easy.
All right, and last but not least for what's happening in Florida, Volusia, I guess that's a place in Florida, sheriff's detectives have an arrest warrant out for a theft suspect who stole an engagement ring and wedding bands, more than one, from his girlfriend in Orange City and used them to propose to his other girlfriend in Orlando.
The old switcheroo.
I don't even know if it's a switcheroo. Joseph L. Davis, 48, who went by Joe Brown with one girlfriend and then Marcus Brown with the other, is wanted on a felony charge of grand theft. His current address and whereabouts are unknown.
I bet you he's hanging out with David Hines. Lamborghini.
Won't find me in this thing.
Bro, I'll pick you up.
That's right.
I love your style.
His wedding band and engagement ring. Wait, wedding bands from his girlfriend.
From his girlfriend.
So is she already engaged and married to somebody else?
Either she was, or maybe to be, or maybe recent girlfriend. Like, who knows if that girlfriend is actually married and cheating on the side with either Joe or Marcus, depending on which one he is to her. And then he's got that. So maybe they're both cheating at the same time with each other and then also on each other.
Right.
It's very complex.
Only in Florida.
Only a good way to go, Joe. Joe and David. And that's why Florida is the best state in the nation.
That's it.
Everyone knows that.
Holy hell. All right. Frog of Destiny picker of the month. Oh, shit. I did not prep for this whatsoever.
Oh, well, fake news. You did. And it came out.
Hold on. Okay, we got Dan and me.
Yep. Who's better than you?
Exactly. And oh my God, there's going to be something like that for this conversation. Okay, I'm shaking it up. And I'll take this one, whichever one it is. And it's Dan.
All right. Back to back.
So, yes, movie of the month picker will be Dan for the month of March. Right. And do you remember what the movie was that we had to watch for last month?
Yes. Hemp, Hark.
Hark!
It was with Gary Oldman, and it was about the guy who wrote Citizens Kane, and it was called Mank is what it was called. Totally knew that. I knew that because I've watched it.
Mank.
M-A-N-K is the current month for the viewers that want to watch and have time to catch up.
All right. So
I mean listeners, not viewers.
Yes. All right.
Mank is current, and I'll pick some other piece of crap for next month.
It sounds like you're really interested in this. Right,
I mean, I love it. I'm so excited to talk about it.
Hey, come on. Being locked up in your house all this time, you got to have something exciting to watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. We haven't found it.
Yeah.
All right, Beer Mash. What are you drinking?
I got from Two Roads. It's called Cloud Sourced. It's a hazy, juicy IPA from Stratford, Connecticut. It's hazy yellow and 6.5%. What you got?
Who's better than you? I got Alpha King from Three Floyds. Remembers that you drink Three Floyds often, so he said, Dan will like this one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's
I've had it a couple of times.
Right. And it's an American Pale Ale out of Munster, Indiana. And it's in a green can and 6.66%. So who's better than you?
Yeah, you are. You know what? Shout out to our number one fan to know that kind of stuff.
Seriously. When he says that, he's like, hey, Dan Flame drinks Alpha King.
I wouldn't even know that, but I guess so.
Well, I know. I guess, do you check most of your beers in?
Most of the time. I'll say from time to time I forget, but I usually only do it if it's new to me. Like if I've had something before, then I won't check it in again. I just only go with the new ones. I sort of use it like a tracker for the suggestions.
Gotcha. Because whenever we get talking about the Untapped app, he's like the Rain Man when it comes to the Untapped app. Like he's like, dude, you're not doing this. We got these things that you can get done. He's like, this is the upcoming badge for like next month. I'm like, how do you know all this stuff? I'm like, how do you know this? That's like Pigeon when you play any type of map on Destiny. It's like, oh yeah, I haven't played that game in 3 years.
Jump toys, you twirl around.
It's like, how do you know this?
Definitely want to log it in.
It's a great resource though. You know, having whatever's around. It's like he keeps me on my toes with the the Untapped app.
Definitely.
This episode brought to you by Untapped.
By Rain Man.
That's right. Charlie Babbitt pulled and hurt my neck in 1985. All right. Beer news. Boston Beer Company struggles to meet the demands for the hard seltzer, and the company's growth exceeded most of its rivals through September of 2020 with its Truly and Twisted Tea brands.
Okay, good for them.
So the demand was so high, the company brought in outside brewers to help fill the demand.
Jeez, that sounds like a good problem to have.
Seriously. And
can't make it fast enough?
Hard seltzer and Twisted Teas? Come on.
I mean, everybody's been stuck at home all summer. They're like, I got to at least drink away the pain. I got to do something here. So I get that alcohol sales were probably, if we had the foresight, we should have invested in all the alcohol companies about a year ago.
Dude,
what else is there to do?
Those companies are like recession proof. They actually get better when there's problems because people need to drink to get past the problem.
I got to get rid of them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so there you go, folks. This is professional finance tips.
Yeah.
New segment, exactly. Finance tips. Sink all your money into Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah. InBev.
Guaranteed to grow.
Yeah. It's especially for the next issue that happens in the world.
Yeah, there'll be something. Just give it a couple days. Something will come out.
A couple of days. We're optimists over here. Don't worry about it.
It's Sunday night. Give it till Wednesday. Something will happen.
Nice. All right, moving on.
There's probably celebrations. There's probably celebrations after the Mars landing the other day. That's drink to that. There you go.
Okay.
Give me one of them just to tease.
But it's funny that it's just because it is still kind of taboo. Like I'm like hearing a lot of commercials now. Need a good lawyer for driving under the influence of marijuana. I'm like, whoa.
Right.
I'm like, where did the driving under the influence of alcohol commercials go? Or was that like something back in like the 40s? It's like when alcohol was like really rampant.
Right after Prohibition.
Right.
Just ended.
Yeah. Now that marijuana's the new thing, it's like, screw the alcohol. These people are high.
There's new money to be made. That's all. Yeah. We don't have to advertise. Everyone knows if you're caught drunk driving to come to a lawyer. There's new people that might not be aware that we can get them into the office.
Oh, no, man. I was high. I can't go see a lawyer.
He's going to know.
You ever see the back of a $20 bill? Care. Oh, weed. All right. Moving on. Urban Artifacts Brewing Company has a new line of beer called Astronaut Food. The beer will have a 15% ABV and will be filled with freeze-dried fruit. It'll be sold in a 4-pack of 8-ounce cans for $30.
Wow.
The first will be filled with a blend of freeze-dried blackberries and red raspberries, and the second release, scheduled for August, will be freeze-dried blueberries.
I guess I commented a little too soon on my Mars celebration. I should have waited one more minute.
Well, no, it kind of led us into this,
4-pack of 8-ounce cans for $30.
15% ABV though. But yes, $30 is still a lot.
That seems steep for 4 8-ounce cans.
Correct.
A soda can is 12 ounce. That's a tiny little. That's like a taste.
But it is technically almost 3 Budweisers in one can.
Yeah, I guess.
One can's like 750.
One can is 12 ounce. Right.
And you're getting 3 beers for $7 or $8, say. It's a hard sell because it is 4 and it's a small can, but
yeah. Because I'm just gonna look at it and be like, look how tiny those are.
I know, $30. Are you kidding? But then again, I buy the stupid bottles, the 12-ounce bottles of Worldwide Stout for $10 a bottle.
That's reasonable. 10 is a lower number than 30. So there you go.
How about that? How about if they sold them as individual cans for like a little bit more?
I bet you they sell more.
I
bet you sell an individual can for 10 instead of a 4-pack for 30. You'd probably sell more. I'll try one for 10.
Seriously, why not?
I bet you that would totally work.
Yeah.
Something so stupid.
And somebody who's got
save on the plastic wrapper.
Right, yeah. You don't have to do extra cardboard advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And our in-house Manchi owner with all those monies laying around like Scrooge McDuck is definitely on board for this.
Oh yeah, for sure. 15%. That's right up his alley.
Right. Yeah, and all the fruits you never need for a fruity person.
Right.
Or a fruity beer loving person, I mean.
This is screaming right at him. I think they marketed it directly to him.
Oh, Jesus. You know, I think that might be how he hurt his back again. Trying to dive
so
into
excited.
his gold. Like Scrooge McDuck, yeah. Folded him over in half.
I forgot. They don't give.
Oh, shit. I never understood that. How the fuck did Scrooge McDuck just swim through that shit like it was water?
I guess only because he's a duck. Maybe the ducks have something built into them that just pierces its way through all those coins.
That's kind of like how the water just rolls off the feathers, right?
Right, exactly. I think it's, coin dynamics, coin duck hydrodynamics.
Oh, shit. All right. On that note, let's take a break and we'll be back with Let's Talk Games.
Spaceland's coup.
Need a friend? Pigeon too. Maybe you could be his friend. Screw him. Reach me at scotchhound_LC or our website, loadedcouch.com.
I hate tea and I hate kelk, but I love the Loaded Couch podcast. So listen on your favorite apps and our website, theloadedcouch.com.
Let's
I'm on it. Let's
talk
Talk.
games.
Games.
All right. Beer. I'm still drinking my Alpha King from 3 Floyds, and I'm taking my time for some reason. I don't know why. I'm talking.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're BSing. That's why. Yeah, I still got my same cloud source, but I'm halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say halfway.
All right.
It's good.
All right. So games. What'd you play?
Oh, games, right. We played lots of Forza Motorsport 7. I'm 100% re-addicted to that. So much so that, like we were talking earlier prior to show recording, I talked about how I spent a couple hours one night just buying cars and painting them.
Right.
That was it. I didn't even race them that night. I just bought them in preparation for other nights, which happened to have been the next night when we played.
That's good.
What did we play? A bunch of A class, I think?
We started off with
and
A
B.
and then we went to B.
Yeah, we did A's and B's.
We were having a hard
It's fun.
time with every first turn.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I like the online portion of it because of that, and it seems now that the game has been around long enough, the people that are left playing it are the ones that it's not so new anymore. It's not even so new to being on Game Pass, so any novelty players are probably out
Right.
at this point. So it's mostly people that actually want to play the game to try to be the best racer.
Mostly.
And mostly there is still the guy. I had a fight.
Yeah, that one trollster that
guy.
kept like stopping every time he'd pit you
he
and
would
then just
stop.
wait for you.
Right, he would pit me, smash me into the wall, and he would wait for me. And then I get going, try to pass him, and be like, "All right, I'm out of here." Hey, do it again. And there was nothing I could do about it. But then all the other races, he left me alone. I have no idea who.
Came in
Maybe
second and
switched.
third. It was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. And that was the other thing. The first night that we played, I didn't think we came in anything higher than if it was you and I playing, or I think there was one other night when Omega played, and we were always the bottom of the barrel, no matter how many there was. So if it was you and I, we were in position 10 and 11 out of 11 racers. But finally that night, our skills were coming back a little bit. We were finishing mid of the pack most of the time. So
Yep. Especially numbers wise.
Yeah, especially numbers wise. We were looking at lap times, trying to figure that out, trying to get those down because we don't have the tracks memorized yet.
Right.
Not enough, finger muscle memory to be shaving seconds off of our time. So I thought we were competitive. I thought we were doing well.
Yeah. And then when we went to B class, that helped a lot too.
Yeah. That's I'm curious to find out next time if we do. Like we haven't done any like the real race cars yet. Like I think S and R, I don't know which order is higher or lower, but if we go into like the real fast cars to see what our skills do there, is it that the cars respond better so you can brake a lot later and you can actually focus more on the racing, or is it that they're so much faster so you got to brake even sooner because you're going so much faster?
I've been, and I would like to get into a private lobby and test this with you. The open wheel classic cars, because they got the skinny tires, and it's like first, second, third gear. You keep that thing floored, even going straight, and it's breaking loose as soon as it gets up into the power band, like 6,000 RPMs. Like what? And it gets all squirrely. It's really weird. But if you can if you're good at feathering the gas the whole time,
Right.
they are quick.
Keep it under control.
Right. It's tough to do that, but they are quick.
When you said the open wheel, you're talking like an F1 car, not like an old like 19.
No, I'm talking about like the
Aston Martin or
1950s,
something.
like 1952 or 56 Ferrari I have that I'm doing open wheel. It kind of
Got
looks
it.
like a fuselage on an old school jet type of thing.
Yeah, so I was gonna say like one of those soapbox derby Boy Scout
Yep,
cars.
yeah, exactly. It
Just
has
really
the,
fast,
the
right?
muffler that comes out and just hugs the whole side of the body all the way back to the back tire. Yep.
Right, got it. Well, those kind. Okay.
Yeah, because the
Yeah, I was
tires are
thinking
super
more like-
skinny.
Right. I was thinking more like what are like the race Corvettes. What are those like? What are the F1 cars like? Because I even think they have the electric F
Yes,
series
I
cars
did
there,
race
too, so-
some of those, or one of that. The electric, they had a, I think it was in the second, maybe the third tier of the campaign. I call it the campaign. It's not really the campaign. It's it's kind of like a campaign.
Yeah.
Challenges, and there was one of the ones
Mhm.
where you had to do those electric cars that look like F1 series, and they are freaking fast. They handle like
Right.
go-karts. It's kind of ridiculous, but because you're
Mhm.
going so fast, it's kind of tough maneuvering around people.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, just try. Yeah, I usually almost all the other previous games, I always somehow landed in that A, B, C categories that I just found the most fun
Mhm.
in any of those
I
categories.
even like
'cause-
D, but the problem is,
Yeah, I
is
like the D's.
I always seem to get stuck when I'm racing D on some long ass track like
hmm
what's that, Spa,
Yeah,
Francorchamps or whatever. It's
Mhm.
like, oh my god, it takes so long. It's like,
yeah,
God
yeah.
damn it.
That's the only draw. So those are great on like Laguna Seca,
Yes.
where it's a pretty good track, and there's turns, and you got to really just navigate your car.
Yep.
And everybody's the same. There's the one straight at the very end / beginning, but other than that, like you can, if you play in your corners right, you can catch up and make up that difference there. Whereas, like you said, like
Spa or
or
Nürburgring or something like that.
or Le Mans, where it's just like 4 miles in a dead straight. Like if you don't have the horsepower, you're just never going to compete.
Oh yeah. And again, it just gets boring after a while because it's like, okay,
Yeah, especially at that slow. That's where like the Indy electric cars come in because like,
yeah,
like, okay, good, I'm back to slowing down already.
yep.
That was nothing. So I played that, lots of that. I played a little bit of Super Mario Deluxe U with my girls, which is interesting because it's making it way more challenging than probably they ever anticipated. So
Okay.
that part's fun. And then I played some Among Us with some non-gamer friends over the weekend. We did like a Zoom chat. It was actually pretty fun because it's an easy game to pick up for even people that don't normally play games. You need 2 or 3 rounds to just kind of figure it out, and then you totally get it. And then it's just fun trying to deceive each other and be like, oh, it's totally black one, or totally the green one, or totally the blue one. So got a kick of that. What'd you play?
I played Overwatch. I got my weeklies and my week of the Chinese New Year event skin thing done. I got that all done in like one night within like 2.5
good
hours
night.
or something like that. It was actually because I was playing. There's because Pigeon wasn't playing, you weren't playing, so I got in. It was called Gauntlet. It's this 1v5, so it's a 6-player, everybody for themselves type of game. When you shoot, whoever the first person is to get a kill immediately gets the gauntlet. It's kind of like a tag. So that person ends up being considered saying, okay, you have the gauntlet. Now you're running around. Everybody can see you like through the walls. You glow red. You have like a red glow around your whole screen and stuff. And then they try to kill you. But each kill that you get adds points. And then you have to get up to like 3,600 points. I think each kill is like 200 points or 600 points or something like that. And then it's if somebody kills you, they take the gauntlet, and then everybody's chasing after them. But you can kill other people in the meantime just to kind of mess with them. You know what I mean? And I lucked out with a few different games where I killed the person who had the gauntlet, and he was fighting somebody else. So I killed that person immediately, and I got a double kill with the gauntlet. So it gave me like double points.
Ton of points.
Yeah. And then I think
there
it
a
was
loot box associated to that?
there was the first one, first game. And then it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just to try it out. But the nice thing is I think anything better than third place or better gets you a technical win for your weeklies or the
cool.
the New Year event. So
yeah. Oh, that's good.
That's good. I came in first a few times, but Oh my
Nice,
god, this
awesome.
one guy was pissing me off because I was playing Junkie and he was playing
Right.
Soldier. And the problem is with Soldier is he's got his little health orb thing. So I'd get him like
Right.
real damn close. Like he'd have like 5
Right.
health. And he'd just
Health
boop,
up.
he'd drop his health thing. I'd come around the corner and he'd just rockets and shoot me and kill me. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Damn it.
So then I just went Soldier the rest of the night. And that's when I started actually competing. It seemed
Right.
like yeah.
I was just gonna say, are you into Junkrat now? Because you hadn't normally played Junkrat.
Junkie
but
was
it's like
probably
you-
my original go-to. And then I moved
Okay.
on to like Zenyatta and then who else? Oh, and then I was Orisa for a while, and then Diva for a
Yeah.
while, and then I moved into Moria, and then I just kind of stayed Moria and Lucio. Lucio was actually one of my originals too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember playing Lucio a lot.
But
Because when I
it's-
first got it, you're like, oh, you got to try out Lucio. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty simple.
and I think it's because I usually default to healers just because nobody else goes healers,
Right.
and I'm
Right.
okay with Zin and Lucio and Moria. I'm not very good with Mercy, and I know most people are like, okay, if you're going to be a healer, you have to be Mercy. That way you can resurrect people and kind of get the kills back. But I'm just
Yeah.
not. So, but I mean, if I
This
have the
healer-
choice, I
if-
go to Junkie.
Yeah, if you had the choice of any character, like if they made it where you got the default choice of character every single time, what class would you go?
I'd probably go like
Go
Junkrat.
Junkrat?
Yeah, probably.
Right,
And I like
got it.
Ash too, with her kind of
Yeah, like Ash.
medium
Or, like,
range
dynamite.
rifle and stuff.
Mhm.
Yep, and the dynamite. Yeah. All right, so I played Overwatch. I played some Forza Motorsport 7, like you said. I'm up into the 4th tier of my
Oh, you had me.
the flag, campaign, whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going back and I'm trying to finish all. I've finished all of the races in the first one. Like you only have to get a certain amount of points
Wow.
in each one. So I finished all the races in the first one, all the races in the second one. I'm 2/3 of the way through the third one, even though it got me into the fourth one. So I've done like 1 or 2 races in the fourth, but I'm trying to go back now and finish all
Right.
the other ones. But I have to do the ones in the 4 to get my money, so I can afford the
Right.
cars to finish the ones in 3. So
Right. Well, when you say you finished all of them, isn't there like per flag? Isn't there like, I don't know, I'm trying to imagine the grid. Isn't it like 3x3?
yeah, and then there's like
so
an
you did
extra.
all those?
Yeah, there's like a dozen I'd say in each one, and each one has
Right,
like
right.
5 or 6 different races in it.
Yeah. Wow. Good. Wow,
Yeah.
you're crushing it.
So
Getting
yeah,
everything.
right. I'm trying.
The garage must be huge at this point then.
Kind of, because it's like, yeah, anytime you rank up, it gives you one. Anytime the collection of cars ranks up, you get a
Mhm.
car, and then just adding
Mhm.
cars because you have to buy one to get into those different races. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a bigger
Cool.
garage. So I played that. Played some Animal Crossing New Horizons. Kind of got back into that for a little bit, just to kind of clean up my
Anything going on
weeds and
there?
go and say hi to everybody. And I built a snow boy who was perfect, and
Ooh, you got one?
yep, and trying to clean up my flowers off my walking paths and all that stuff. So yeah, just kind of going and doing that. Played some Super Smash Bros. With the fam over the
Cool.
weekend, and then played some Beat Saber. And I'm trying to just do that to keep my my steps and my exercise and movement up with my my watch.
That's good. That's good.
So trying to stay ahead. All right, Jack Mayhoff. This is our game of the month for March, and our picker will be.
I hope it's not me.
And it is it's you again.
Oh, jeez. Damn it. Back to back everything, 2 months in a row.
That's right. 3 months in a
Dude,
row,
I'm
and you
the
get
best.
disqualified for 2 months.
Good. I'll take it. All right.
Sounds
All
good.
right, I'll get back to you.
Okay,
I owe you one movie and game.
that's right. All right, so Microsoft news. We have a little bit, just for the listeners and stuff. There's a little tiny bit of Microsoft news. There's no Sony news, but because Nintendo had a February Direct that was kind of long, it was almost an hour of new stuff that's coming and all. We're going to be talking about Nintendo a lot, and then no multi-platform news. So if you guys aren't interested in Nintendo, keep listening.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stay tuned.
that's it.
Just wait long.
Yeah, so, all right, Microsoft news. Xbox finally launches a wireless headset, which was coming March 16th. It's got approximately 15 hours of playtime, calculated thus far.
15, huh?
Yep, 15. A Bluetooth tech, so you can use it with your phone and or computer. And
Okay.
it's compatible with both the new X and S systems and the older Xbox One.
Yeah, 15 is pretty standard. The headset I'm using right now, I think it only has a 14-hour battery life. So that
Okay.
sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, and it's cool because I think the way they were showing it in the video is, you know how most of those over-the-ear headphones have like that round plastic kind of cover?
Mm-hmm.
This round
Yep.
plastic cover is turnable, so that has the volume controls on it for your
Oh, cool.
game volume and your chat volume and stuff like that. And I think one side also, depending on how you turn it, can change the sound dynamics for the different type of gaming. Like a Forza, the way they were showing it was like a Forza, I think a Gears,
like a shooter or something.
Yeah, or a Halo. Yep, and then something else like music and something else. I think they were showing. So yeah,
Okay,
those
pretty
options.
cool.
And I think Pigeon said he already pre-ordered his because he needs his headset broke again. We were talking the other day. He's like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "What happened?" He's like, "My freaking headset broke, and the arm's like hanging off, and I got to duct tape it." I'm like, "Okay."
Good. Well, perfect timing. They must have known.
Exactly.
Hang out a couple more weeks.
All right. Xbox announced they have an anime month going this February, and there's savings on a bunch of games, movies, and more. So if you are an anime fan, there's a bunch of things you guys can check out through the Xbox services. Knockout City is coming May 21st. We're going to be talking about this in Nintendo as well, but I guess I'll just preempt it saying that it's kind of like a 4v4. It looked like a 4v4 dodgeball game in a cityscape.
Okay. All right. Sounds fun.
So there's jump pads and stuff. So it kind of looks like a smaller version of like an Overwatch where there's different types of like options for moving or traversing the world. But there's trick shots and stuff, but everybody's just playing dodgeball. There's different characters that you can get. I guess they have different abilities, but there's like little jump pads to get you up on like second levels or just jumping and throwing the ball. But then there's like curves and stuff you can throw on the ball. But it looked pretty fun.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
And that's coming May 21st. MotoGP 21, it's a motorcycle racing, of course. It's coming April 22nd. It looked pretty good. They said it's supposedly all new graphics and everything else. New kind of, I guess, what the hell are they called?
Is that for the new Xbox for that Series X?
I don't think they noted only or solely for, so I'm assuming it'll come out on the Xbox One as well.
Okay.
Assuming. Game Pass is adding Wreckfest. It's a demo derby game. And then also Pillars of Eternity 2 with Deadfire Ultimate. And I don't remember what that was. I thought it was an RPG of some sort.
Okay.
There's a bunch of pre-orders available for spring launch. We'll talk about those a little bit more when they give you harder start dates. No Man's Sky added a bunch of things, and they're adding companions as well. So you'll have a little follower kind of that comes along with you. Dan, I don't know if you played No Man's Sky at all, did you?
No, I never got into that one yet.
Okay.
I think that's on Game Pass too now, right?
Yes. That's kind of like that big, huge open universe kind of collect resources, fuel your spaceship, and then you could take off and leave the planet and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was hyped up for a while, but then it didn't do that well.
Yeah, but they've been servicing it. So it's supposed to be getting better. And they made it because I think when we were talking about this when it originally launched, they said it could take years, almost 100 years to be able to find your friend if you both started a game.
Oh, jeez.
Because it's ever expanding and it's procedurally generated or whatever, so you could be on the entire other side of the universe, and by the time you gather resources, and everything else, you probably never. But now they made it to where you can kind of spawn very close to where your other friends are and kind of fly with them and stuff now. So
right, which is probably what everyone ever would want. It's like, let's play it together, not just wander. I'm not going to play this game for 100 years.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Red Dead Online adds solo missions. You can now unlock whatever it is through the post office, and they say you're supposed to. There's a bunch of like different things that you can get by doing these online solo missions.
Online solo missions. Okay.
Yes. So the Red Dead Online, but there's solo missions for you to do. Yeah. And then lastly, Fall Guys is coming summer 2021.
Yeah, I thought I saw that. That seemed. I remember last summer that was kind of like the new game. People were easy to pick up, and everybody was getting all hyped up about.
Yeah. I think it's a kid favorite and a streamer favorite and stuff like that because it's just kind of stupid funny. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
All right. Like I said, no Sony news, so we'll move right into Nintendo news.
All right. I got you.
There it is. I was getting used to it. I got you. All right. Nintendo February Direct deets, as Pigeon likes to say. So it started off with a little teaser of Splatoon 3, and then it wraps up the entire show with a more in-depth kind of showing of it. So it's more character customizations, and now you get a buddy.
Cool.
Which kind of looks like a pet chicken / flightless pigeonfish. And then you can change its hairdo. Kind of weird.
All right. Gotta have that.
And then the new launch system, like the way, I don't know if you remember the old. You played Splatoon at all?
A little bit, yeah. My niece had it, and I played it a little bit. Anytime I was at her house because she was into it for a little bit. But I'm glad that now number 3 is coming out because I talked her. I don't know that I talked her into it, but I talked about it because she had a Switch and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it." And she's like, "Are you gonna get it?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe." And then she couldn't wait to buy it, so she had it, and then I never got it, so I never really got the chance to play with her. So hopefully she'll be excited for this, and I'll definitely get it to kind of pay it back.
Yeah. I think if the Nintendo Online abilities for multiplayer was better with like chat systems and stuff, this could almost be our Overwatch.
Yeah. The little bit I played of Splatoon 2, I was like, oh, this is definitely, I see the appeal here.
Right.
Like that was a fun trying to outpaint the team every time. I'm sure there's some different weapons and different skills that you get the more you play it. But yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. So I said the new launch system, the old one was kind of like there was just this like fan of like a bucket of paint with a fan on top of it that you suck into and it would launch you like a catapult type of thing. But the new one that they kind of showed was like this square floating can of paint that it would flip and then shoot you down from the sky. So it kind of almost had like a Fortnite kind of airdrop feel to it.
Right.
For the new launch onto the map. Yeah. And that's supposedly coming in 2022. So we got a little bit of time.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So a whole nother year yet.
Yep. So they had experience a blast from the past with the Blizzard Arcade Collection. It was relive 3 classic console games with Blizzard Arcade's 30th anniversary celebration. The collection includes The Lost Vikings, Rock and Roll Racing, and Blackthorn, reproduced and recharged for the Nintendo Switch. The collection is 2 original console releases from the 90s, plus a brand new definitive edition of each game, which features additional upgrades and enhancements. It also includes a digital museum full of historical artifacts and brand new behind-the-scenes bonuses like concept art, soundtracks, dev interviews, and more.
So all 3 of those would be in the single purchase?
Console, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the arcade collections, yeah.
Did you play any of those? None of those sound familiar.
Yeah, no, I didn't. And they looked good and decent. I didn't know if they would be up my alley since I didn't have any kind of connection to them. Right, but I didn't have anything against them either. So it wasn't like I was, not going to happen.
Right.
But I didn't get that warm, fuzzy feeling like it did out of the next one, which was a new installment in the Mario Golf series.
Yes, this is a must-buy.
Right, Mario Golf Super Rush. It's coming June 25th. It comes with motion control, where you can use your Joy-Con controllers to swing. So get off your ass and swing away.
That's the part that made it a must-buy for me. I was like, oh, that looks super fun.
Right.
I thought it kind of, as soon as I saw the clip for it, I was like, oh, this is almost Power Star Golf, just Mario Power Star Golf.
Exactly.
I'm hoping it has multiplayer. It's the only part I didn't see.
Well, they did mention multiplayer, but I didn't know if they were saying it was couch co-op multiplayer or if it was online multiplayer. That was the only thing they kind of left out, and I didn't do any more research into it. But I'm hoping that they have online because that'll make it a must-have.
Yeah.
They like I said, they must have listened to our podcast, the Loaded Couch podcast, because they added speed golf, which will totally be a Pigeon's favorite because everyone plays at the same time and they run to their ball after they all swing to hit at the same time, and so you can get it in the hole first. And it
that does seem fun.
Yeah, it made me think of Pigeon's Me First anytime we were playing that a way out, and we tried to go through a door at the same time, and he'd always run to it first. And then they also added a story mode, which
I think this is gonna be cool.
Yeah, it kind of felt to me like a golf story, but on a Mario, kind of.
And Mario, right? And it's gonna look good. It's gonna play good. You can do the Joy-Cons. I'm super into this game.
Yeah. They revealed Pyra and Mithra, which is one person who actually is 2 people from the Xenoblade Chronicles game. As the latest playable DLC for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The 4th of 6 new fighters in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter Pass Volume 2.
Jeez, how much is a fighter pass?
I don't know.
$20?
I didn't buy any of them. I have my favorite already, so I don't buy any.
Right? I don't need no more. Also, I was just trying to think, like, if you're way into it, wanted all the characters, which it already came with.
Yeah,
quite
like 30 almost or something like that to start.
No, when to start, it was like 80 something. Like was the full first roster. It was a ton of characters. But yeah, so then if you're in for 60 on the game and 80 characters, and it's like I thought it for some reasons. Let's say it was 25 to average it out. So you're in for another $50 for both volumes for only another dozen characters. It's, I mean, if you're way into it, it keeps you playing. You're going to keep playing it no matter what. But like you said, if you have your favorite, are you really going to change? Like once you're that deep into it, like if you're competing or whatever.
I know, that's what I'm wondering, because it's like Smash Bros. Been around for a while, and a lot of these characters are the same. So the new ones they're adding, people are like, do I really want to spend the money to try a new character, or is it just more the people who are collectors? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Fall Guys, as we mentioned with Microsoft, is also coming to Switch summer 2021.
Mm-hmm. Should be fun.
Yep.
No matter though. Is that on PC? Do you know if that's on PC yet? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Just curious. You would imagine if it's coming to everything else.
I would assume so.
It's
yeah.
not on PC. You would make that assumption.
Right. Yes.
I'm surprised it's not coming to like your phone, since it was so popular, kind of like an Among Us type deal.
Yeah, because it does. I mean, unless it's the environments, but I mean, graphically, it didn't look like. I mean, there was a lot of characters though, I guess, which could be the downfall. But they could make a micro version, like where there's only 10 people that can play or something like that. Or
yeah, but they do. I think Fortnite you could play on your phone.
Oh
right?
yeah. No, you definitely can.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if there's a hit
should technically
graphics.
be possible. Yeah.
You would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
All right, Outer Wilds, a 22-minute time loop where you have to figure out how to save the solar system, comes to Switch 2021. Summer 2021, I should say.
Okay. Is that an add-on?
No, it's the game. You start off with 22 minutes until the sun explodes. And then when you get to that 22 minutes, the sun explodes, but everything that you've done for that 22 minutes, you kind of remember, and then it starts you off again. And then you have to try and explore more, find more hints, blah, 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 and see if you can get to the point where you save the sun from exploding or something like that. But that is playable, I think, after the sun explodes for a little while or something, but then it all resets and you start it all over again. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day effect, I guess. So.
All right.
Look pretty cool. There's two, never before in America, detective games being renewed and coming to Switch May 14th. We have the Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir, and The Girl Who Stands Behind.
Oh, I played those a couple times. They were great.
They kind of have that old school Nintendo feel where it's like the chat box comes up and there's like the yes no kind of things that you do. Yeah, kind of sort of. But the storyline behind the Missing Heir was kind of like a murder mystery, and the Girl Who Stands Behind was more of like a spooky kind of ghost story, to figure out kind of thing with detective work and stuff. So
all right.
Pretty cool. Samurai Warriors 5 with 1v1000 battles is coming this summer.
Oh my god!
But it's all but it's not PvP. It's all versus online character, built-in characters on. It's just a big kind of
still 1,000.
Yeah, that's what they said. So yeah, it's you versus the entire army, I guess, as a samurai.
All right.
Then there's the Legend of Mana coming to Switch after 25 long years. It now releases June 24th. Okay. I guess that's 25 years since the original came out, and they just redid it again. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Monster Hunter Rise releases March 24th. Tales from the Borderlands.
Popular, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so Borderlands coming.
Yeah, Tales from the Borderlands comes at March 24th as well. Capcom Arcade Studio brings 32 classic arcade games to Switch, and it's out now. When you're listening to this, it released, I think, at the end of the Nintendo Direct. There's a bunch of cool games in that too, so you might want to check that out. The old Capcom ones and stuff. Yeah. This one I thought you'd think was funny. It was Stubbs the Zombie. Stubbs the Zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse. And it's kind of, you're a zombie in a apocalypse type of world. You go around trying with like throwables and attackables, and there's upgrade things as you get better, and you're trying to turn other people into zombies to kind of fight against the humans NPCs that'll be shooting at you and
the
stuff.
survivors,
like
right?
Yeah.
Seems amusing. A twist on a zombie game.
Yep. And that's out March 16th.
Okay.
This one, it's not actually called this, but they called it Travis Touchdown versus Aliens. It's actually No More Heroes 3. It's coming August 27th. It's kind of
all
like,
that is the title?
No, I think it's just No More Heroes 3, but they kind of originally referred to it as Travis Touchdown versus Aliens. I think it was kind of like a joke. The guy kind of reminded me of Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat a little bit, the way he looked and
Right.
stuff. And yeah.
Got it.
All right, Neon White. It's Heaven's Demon Assassins in Heaven. So they're demon assassins, but they look like they were kind of demons themselves, but it's all in heaven. It looks like a speedrunner's dream shooter game to me.
Okay.
It was like so fast, and it's just like you're launching from like you're in heaven. So you're kind of floating, but you're launching from like cloud to cloud, but it's not really a cloud. It's just
Right.
like these different platform, like
Right.
small like wall area. I don't know. It was weird.
Maybe
It
it'll look
looked
bright,
cool, but
colorful. Right.
kind of sort of, yeah. Everything was kind of pastel-y and very airy looking and stuff. And it's just kind of as you're flying through the air from these launch things and you're jumping, you're shooting people as you're coming. It looked like a speedrunner's heaven to me, but
Got it.
yeah,
All right.
shoot in a shooter game. But that's coming winter 2021. DC Superhero Girls Teen Power is coming June 4th. It looks really cool, and it looked childish, and I would feel like a dirty old man playing it. Just saying. But it looked like a really cool if you were like a preteen or, girl who liked like superhero stuff, or even a preteen boy.
I was just thinking. I
who
know
liked superhero
two
stuff.
girls that like superhero stuff. I'm gonna have to look into that one.
Yeah, it was kind of cool because it had like a very childy, comic booky type of look feel to like the environment and
Yeah.
stuff too. So it was actually really cool.
Perfect.
Looking.
Yeah. So I imagine it's got all the female superhero, like
Yep.
Supergirl,
Wonder Woman,
and
Supergirl.
Batgirl, and
Yep.
Wonder
Yeah,
Woman,
exactly.
Right. All right.
And
Huh.
but there's also like it's not just them in costume the whole time. It's them going to school and kind of hanging out and making friends and conversations and stuff too. So there's a little social aspect to it too. That's what I'm saying.
Got it.
I would
Okay.
just feel like a dirty old man. I don't know why. All right, PVZ, Plants vs Zombies, Battle for the Neighborville Complete Edition comes to Switch March 19th. That's a great game too. I don't know if you ever played that or
Yeah.
not.
I don't remember which one I played. I think there was one on Game Pass maybe, and I played whichever, or maybe it was a game of the month. I played one of them. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a Miitopia coming out May 21st. Yeah, I don't know. I think
Okay.
Pigeon came in here. I just misspelled a whole lot of things. Yeah, coming May 21st. And this one looked a little ridiculous. It was Miitopia. It's, I think this is the one is this the one I'm thinking of? Yeah. It's, you create a Mii character, but it looked like you created a whole bunch of Mii characters.
Right.
Like, you remember the Mii characters from like the original Wii and stuff like that?
Yep,
the Wii,
for
yeah.
sure.
So you create a whole bunch, and then you can pick like a fictitious, like you could be a wizard or I
Okay.
don't know, like a whole bunch of different characters like that. And then you have to
Right.
maintain relationships with the different Miis, even if you play like a main Mii, like that's your Mii. You have to maintain relationships, like go and visit them to create a Mii team, and then you go and you
Okay.
have to battle different things. And depending on the relationships you have with your team, is how much
Jeez.
stronger you are to battle. It just looked like a whole lot of
lot of work.
coordination. Yeah, exactly. I was like, nope. As cute as it
Right.
was, I was like, nope.
For a second, it sort of sounded like a twist on an Animal Crossing type, where it's you make a neighborhood or you make friends, but if I'm not your friend, if we're not friendly enough, you're not going to come to battle with me, and then I got to like mend virtual relationships with my Mii character. Like, forget it.
Yeah, there was somewhere it's like they showed them actually in a verbal spat, like when they're in the middle of a fight, like going to like help me out here, and
Right.
the other one like gives them like a dirty look, and like you see
No.
like the little characters that come up like they're swearing at each other. It was like, what the hell?
No, I'm not going to do it because you took my pencil.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of what it looked like.
So now the dragon's going to burn you.
Hey,
really? Your
Ow!
pencil?
Yeah. All right, Mario Bros. 35th anniversary event themed items for your Animal Crossing decoration pleasure.
Nice.
And I said that warp
Did you see
pipe
any
though. No, they didn't. I didn't see that. They are supposedly launching February 25th for an update to the game, but you can't technically order the decor until March 1st.
Oh, all right, so soon.
But there's a warp pipe you can buy.
Oh,
I
cool.
guess I don't know if it's one or two.
Oh, yeah?
Randomly place
If
them
it'll
wherever
take
you
you
want
somewhere.
on your island, and then you can use it as a shortcut. You jump into it, and it goes bloop bloop, and you come up in the other warp pipe on the other side of the map.
Oh, just on your island though.
Yes,
All right, still pretty fun though.
but I mean,
You
it's like you
imagine
can put it
probably put 'em
on
in
like right
corners.
next to each other, and
Right.
just in one into the other, or you can put them across the map from each other.
Boop, boop, right.
Yeah, but I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Little quick,
Yeah.
quick travel option.
Fast travel. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Project Triangle Strategy, a tactical RPG, sorry, launches 2022.
Okay, that's still a
We got
ways
some
to
time
go.
to think about it. Yeah. Star Wars
Yeah.
Hunters coming soon. They didn't give us a date on that.
It's the next year.
Yep. Knockout City, which looks like a game of the, like I said, that 3v3. I thought it was a 4v4. Maybe it is 3v3 dodgeball. Comes May 21st.
Okay, yeah, I'd be interested in that. That could be fun, I think.
Yeah. World's End Club, a side-scroll narrative-driven game, comes May 28th.
Okay.
Hades gets a physical release and a bunch of collectibles like a compendium, a soundtrack CD, and pictures, I think, and more. And that comes March 19th, plus the the hard physical copy of the game itself as well. And that releases March 19th. Ninja
It's
Gaiden.
just a new form. Yep. Okay.
What's that?
So it's just a new form. It's the same. Nothing different about the game.
Correct. Yeah, it's just more stuff, collectibles and stuff like that, I think. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. It's 3 games in one. I think it was, I don't even want to say. It's 3 Ninja Gaiden games all in one, dropping. I think they're classical Ninja Gaidens. They're not brand new or anything. And that comes June 10th. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, an expansion pack drops this year, starting May 28th, with the last hitting November 2021. The expansion packs all dropping in different points. I think there's 3 of them that they have right now available.
Okay.
Bravely Default 2 is here. Hit Nintendo stores February 26th. So if you are into the Bravely games, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is now out. Again, it released February 25th with couch co-op options for the first time.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah, because it had you weren't exactly 2 of the knights, like that one that would throw like his javelin or whatever. You were like, I think there was 3 different characters that you could be. One of them helped defend you, like would put up a shield around you. One would carry you, and another one would attack or something like that.
Magic or something.
Yeah, something like that. All right, Saga Frontier Remastered launches April 15th. I didn't know much about that one. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Apex Legend is coming to Switch March 9th. And
they figured it out.
What's that?
They figured out how to get it onto the Switch.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, it's always late, of course, but whatever. It's an option. So, and then the last one that actually looked really good was The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword HD. Still maintains the motion control style of play. So the original, this one I think they said originally launched with the Wii system. And that was when they were really pushing like that motion control with the controllers. So you used the left one to bring up your shield.
Wasn't there like a lasso or something?
No. No. But you used the left one to pull up your shield, and then the right one, whatever motion you swung, that was the way he swung his sword.
Okay.
So they're maintaining that with the Joy-Con options, but they've also adapted button controls as well for the people who are Switch Lite users. But it's playable button-wise on your regular Switch too.
So there's some complaints about the full price tag on a 10-year-old remake, but then the next article was it was like the best-selling pre-order game on Amazon or something. So it's like, yep, you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. And they said to keep the sword swing kind of feel from the motion control, they adapted it to the right thumbstick. So whatever way you push the thumbstick is the way that he swings his sword. So.
Okay. Yeah. I think a friend had that, and I think I played a little bit of it, but not enough to really recall too much about it. Like I said before, I thought there was some lasso or something, but maybe I was thinking of the swinging of your arm around, and that's the way he swung his sword. Okay,
because there was on Wind Waker, it was more like a grappling hook, but there might be a grappling hook option in this Skyward Sword too, that you could like shoot it at things and then swing. I can't remember. I was watching the whole damn video, but I don't remember now.
Yeah.
Because they showed different. Then the last thing that they noted was there's new themed Joy-Cons, one that resembles the Skyward Sword and one that resembles your hero's shield. And all of this will be available July 16th.
Cool. Yeah, that'll sell.
Anything in there kind of, other than the golf, that you're kind of excited for or you're thinking you might have to get?
Definitely the golf to me stands out as like you got to have it because it is one of those like Mario titles and they're always good. But the Zelda one I don't think I ever played, so that stands out. because I know that it won't ever go on sale because nothing goes on sale for Nintendo. So maybe that's one I wait on, but I would probably have my eye on it. But now that I've been playing a lot more Xbox Game Pass, that's sort of the tough part, is to be like, I mean, I could buy it and I'm sure it would be fun, but there's just so much on Game Pass that
it's free.
You know, I keep, it's right. It's free. That stands out. The Knockout City kind of sounds fun if it took off. Like, I guess if it's done well, it could get boring real fast, or it could be super competitive.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing.
It
depends on how well it's done for the fighting mechanics and the players that you're playing against.
Yeah. And I'd like to try Fall Guys only because I remember last summer, like, kind of that was sort of like that and Among Us were sort of like the sort of game. So I never got a chance to play Fall Guys, so I would at least want to check it out.
Right.
What about for you? Which ones stand out?
Myself, he definitely the golf, like you said, which sucks. Splatoon 3, I really, really, really want to enjoy the Splatoon games. It's just, again, I hate the chat options or just the lack of chat options. If they would change and update this chat system, it would be like a no-brainer to go and play that so often.
Yeah, they'd probably sell even more Nintendo Switches.
100%, yeah, 100%. The Outer Wilds actually seemed like a pretty cool, that 22-minute loop game, the way, like, the graphically and stuff like that, it looked pretty cool. It seemed like a kind of puzzle solver, which looked fun to me.
Is there an Outer Wilds on Game Pass? Is it the same one?
I don't know.
And it's just that it's coming to Nintendo? Because I know there's the Outer Worlds, which is like almost like a Fallout type game.
Yeah.
But then I think there's an Outer Wilds, something of it, which maybe it's a different game. I don't know.
I'll have to look.
I'll look at the break. Maybe I'll pick it.
The Stubbs, the zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse, that looked funny, but I don't know if I'd get it.
Right.
Of course, I'm going to try and get the Mario Bros. 35th anniversary Animal Crossing stuff. Like you said, the Knockout City sounds like a whole lot of fun. The Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is a big maybe. I loved that game back, like the original Ghosts and Goblins. And trying to get Jonas into that might be good.
Nostalgia, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then, I think like you, the Skyward Sword HD, I think all the HD games look fantastic. Like I played Wind Waker for a while. I just got really kind of bogged down by not knowing where the hell I had to go next.
Yeah.
I love open world, but I kind of need open world with a little bit of direction.
We need like 80% open.
Right. Yeah. Just give me a little bit, like a point. Go here, please.
Right. If I've stood still for 3 minutes and you've seen me calculate that I brought up the menu 15 times, give me a clue.
Yeah. Because otherwise it's like, okay, now I got to. This person asked me this like 10 turns ago. I've started picking shit and I've cut down grass and I've collected chickens. Where the hell was it? What was I supposed to be getting right now? Damn it.
Right. Yeah. Or that was 3 days ago because I have work and other things to do. Could you remind me what I was supposed to do?
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, well, you have to try and find this. And it's like, well, shit. Now my map is not explored, so I have to either go sail a whole freaking ocean, and the wind is never in my favor, or I got to try and know exactly which direction they told me to go. Yeah. So that was the only thing that kind of threw me off with that. So
that'd be annoying.
I'd like to see what this one's like. And Nicole's like, I kind of remember this game. She's like, I don't know if I ever played it on the original Wii, but she's like, I'd be interested in checking it out. So that might be my a go-to for me. So
yeah.
All right, that's it for the game news. So let's take one last break, and we'll be back with Diarrhea of the Mouth.
Unsure if everyone knows how much of a man you are? Are you trying to find a way to say, I'm here and I'm a man? You need a vehicle that says, I'm huge down there. Come down to Power Pete's Pickup Emporium. We've got pickups, pullers, loaders, flats, rust buckets, and big tire sparkly trucks to show how much of a man you are. Power Pete's. We're pulling and picking. We're pulling and picking is reasonably priced.
All right, we're back with Diarrhea of the Mouth. Dan,
all right.
Your beard.
Yeah, I just kicked my cloud source. It was really good.
Okay. And my Alpha King, I'm halfway. Oh my God. I think I just did too much talking last round. I should have been taking more sips.
Must have a dry throat.
Yeah, I'm getting there. All right. Diarrhea of the Mouth. An Alaskan woman had a scare when using an outhouse at a backcountry yurt when she was attacked by a bear from below. So she's in an outhouse.
From below the outhouse?
So, quote, I got out there and sat down on the toilet and immediately something bit my butt right as I sat down, Sharon Stevens told the Associated Press on Thursday. She went on to say, quote, I jumped up and I screamed when it happened, end quote. Her brother heard the screaming and went out to check it out. There, he found Shannon tending to her wound. They first thought she was bitten by a squirrel or a mink, but something small. Eric had brought his headlamp with him, thank God, to see what it was. And, quote, I opened the toilet seat, and there's just a bare face just right there at the level of the toilet seat, just looking right back up through the hole. Right at me, end quote.
I'm just envisioning this guy that's in the middle of Alaska that has a headlamp, like just glued to like one of those old-fashioned doctor lamps. He's like, I'm just going to check on my sister. I swear, in the outhouse.
Yeah.
It's very cold out. We're very lonely. I'll just get my headlamp so I can see what's going on here.
You're expecting one of the gas-filled ones that you have to actually light and shit like that, and it's got the reflective lens on the backside of it. Yeah. Fuck, I spilled the oil.
Metal plate stuck to his head.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. All right, he goes on to say, quote, I just shut the lid as fast as I could, I said. There's a bear down there. We gotta get out of here now. And we ran back to the yurt as fast as we could, end quote.
See, sometimes it's good not to live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because that's an issue I don't think I'll ever have.
Supposedly, it was this brother and sister, and I don't know if it was just the two of them, but they had supposedly taken snowmobiles out to this yurt. I don't know if it's a family yurt or like a family piece of property that they have a yurt on or something like that, but supposedly it was just the two of them out there hanging out. So
2 utes in a yurt.
Yeah, exactly. But they said it was like 40 miles outside of the town that they lived in, so they're kind of way in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah. Can you imagine just a bear sitting in that? That's where it chose to kind of like winter over.
Yeah. What about the bear's rights here? He just was trying to hibernate.
Yeah.
And then you come and shit on his head.
Tried to.
Give me a little bite.
He's like, hey, I got to tore your ass off.
Oh,
I was
I'm
just saying,
down here.
Don't shit on me.
I'm sleeping down here.
Seriously. That's going to be a whole lot worse for me.
Business. You know I could maul you, right? I'll just maul you if I need to. I'm with the bear on this one.
Bears have rights too, yo. Just
yeah,
saying.
they do.
Yeah.
Most of the time I see any of those videos where it's like some scumbag beating up an animal, I always cheer for the animal.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It does. It's like its dog bites him. Like, yeah, bite him.
That's like Nicole was watching this one, and you've probably seen it too. It's a koala bear that tries climbing a tree that another koala bear was in, and then the other koala bear is just like nasty and kicks him out of the tree, hissing and everything at him, and the other one's just like, and it gets like to the point where it's like hoarse because of how long it's been screaming because it's just so mad that the other one's kicking him out of its tree. It gets to the bottom. It's finally just like completely depressed and like sad about itself, sitting on the ground going, because it can't like whine anymore. And Nicole's like, how sad is that? I'm like, babe, it tried climbing into this other tree that this koala was already in. It's just like, no, this is my tree. Get the hell out of here.
I peed on it. We're in a whole forest. Pick a different tree, buddy. Get
like,
out of here.
I don't feel bad for that thing at all. It's a dumb, stupid koala that made a bad choice and it couldn't live with it.
That's all they do. You hurt my feelings.
Yeah, feel bad for me.
I want to come in the tree.
Probably got adopted and now lives in a gold palace. Because everybody thought it was
Checking
cute.
out that bear in Alaska. We just got shit on. I got kicked out of a tree. Everything sucks.
Feel bad for me. Oh, shit. All right, moving on. We're moving into Pigeon's neck of the woods. Texas sends out wild amber alert for vicious Chucky doll and his missing son. The message described Chucky, the star of the 1988 Chills classic Child's Play, as
so that Chucky got it.
Yep, 28-year-old redheaded suspect in the disappearance of his 6-pound, 5-year-old son, Glenn.
Oh gosh.
Dad
6-pound, 5-year-old.
That's right.
What?
It's a doll. Dad clocked in at a 16 pounds and 3 feet tall in his description. Chucky, according to the alert, was last seen wearing blue denim overalls with a multicolored striped shirt and wielding a huge kitchen knife. Quote, his face was listed as doll. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Wielding a kitchen knife was the quote. And then moving on, his
Got
face was listed as, quote, doll. End quote. The alert, typically sent out for actual missing children who may be in peril, was sent
Okay.
out via
Important.
email 3 separate times to subscribers in Texas alert system,
Oh
reported the Ken's 5 TV. The State Department of Public Safety later issued a statement saying the alerts were sent in error. Quote,
Yes, correct.
this alert is the result of a test malfunction, said the statement. We apologize for the confusion this may have caused and are diligently working to ensure this does not happen again, end quote.
It sounds like Texas got a word of what's going on in Florida. Like, wait a second, we can keep at that. Let's send all of our police looking for a doll.
Seriously. But I mean, for all the depression that comes with the thought of what the Amber Alert is actually for, to get a little funny thing
horrible.
like this, it's kind of...
Yeah, right. It's there for a horrible reason, but at least something's there to try to prevent things. And then this guy, it's like, my doll.
But it was like a joke. But I mean, who types that in as a joke and is like, dude, I'm going to send this to thousands of people. This is going to be hilarious.
I don't know.
I mean, it is kind of funny.
A
You look at it and you're
28-year-old
reading it, you're
redhead.
like,
Chucky?
Yeah.
Chucky's missing? He's got a big knife?
Like,
What,
can you imagine
what's happening?
coming through on like you're, I'm supposed to be scared or looking out for something right now. I'm supposed to be looking out for Chucky. Are you
Right.
serious?
Right.
Like,
Pretty serious. You'd have to imagine a pretty serious role where, like, every day is, you're really focusing. Like, anytime I got work to do, I know it's bad news. And then,
Right.
what is this? Like,
Chucky?
it would definitely catch you by surprise.
Yeah.
Chucky, like the movie? Chucky? Nothing?
There you go. All right, Texas. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're moving up the ranks.
You'll be
Moving
next
up
to
the ranks
Florida.
to
in no time.
worst state.
That's right. You want your freedom from the
Right. You want us
oppression
to
of the
secede from
union.
the nation. See how that works out for you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Questions from listener. Okay. Our
Right.
one and only question comes from @broken but not broke. It sounds like pigeon. All right. If you were suddenly arrested out of the blue with no explanation and your face was flashed all over the news, what would your family and friends assume that you did?
Oh, jeez.
Hmm.
That's a good question. I'm just arrested out of nowhere. And immediately there's television cameras there
Right.
with the police. And I don't know what's going on. So, it's not going to be a flattering shot whatsoever. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's not gonna be like those ones that you see with like people who, like celebrities that get pulled over for DUI and they look nothing like what
Right.
their normal person looks like.
Are they filming a movie? How do they look so good? And we were like, huh? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why am I getting arrested? I don't know. What would my family and friends assume that I did to get
Suddenly
arrested
arrested.
unannounced?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some sort of like traffic violation, like a bunch of them. I
A
guess.
bunch of them. You
I don't
didn't
know.
parallel park correctly 17 times.
That's it. Going to the slammer. We had enough. Yeah, I don't know. Speeding? I don't think anyone would think that, I was a murderer or something
I'm
like
gonna
that.
say tax evasion because doesn't that make me smart?
There you go,
Supposedly,
fraud.
I don't
Okay.
pay taxes. That just means I'm smart.
Right. Some sort of fraud. I guess that's probably, a white collar crime of some sort. I guess that makes sense. I hope. I guess if I have to think about what I hope other people think crime I would commit, fraud
Yeah.
would be fairly inconsequential. Like, not too many people got hurt, I
Right.
guess.
Um,
Unless I was like Bernie
Insider
Madoff and
trading.
screwed everybody.
there you go.
Yeah, insider trading. Oh, yeah, I'm such a financial wizard. I think I'm a genius. Oh, I like that one. I like that better.
That's better than fraud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than bad parallel parking a bunch of times.
Right. How about like what the hell is that? Fostering an illegal?
Yeah, I don't want people to think that I did that. That's bad. I don't want that. I don't. Not into that one. I like the insider trading one. Be like, oh, he's just trying to make some money. Just trying to make some money. Everybody else does it. He got
See, I'm
caught.
thinking you work for like a big company, so I'm like, maybe he was like just taking pennies off of
embezzling
a dollar, you know.
Fractions of a cent.
That's right, exactly.
Just out of a bigger penny jar.
Exactly.
A couple 100 million times. Yeah. If you want to think that, if I get arrested suddenly and I'm on the news, okay, that one has some reasonable. Like, all right, no one's really.
And I would have gotten
that.
away with it if it wasn't for you punk kids. Yeah.
Right. Does anything else stand out as like an acceptable type of, like, ooh?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell mine would be. I mean, I
Look at
wouldn't
that
doubt,
guy.
especially Pigeon. Pigeon probably be like, Pico's probably selling marijuana, and other drugs. He's such a druggie.
Yeah, some sort of.
That guy.
I'm looking up white collar crimes. What's that?
Fun ones.
An occupational crime?
Mm.
I don't know. A state or corporate crime, perhaps? What's a corporate crime mean? Deals with the company as a whole. No, that's not me.
Yeah, no, that's the
Like
thing. It's like
stealing
I work
from-
for myself, so
stealing
what the
from
hell I
your
can't do
company?
those.
Or you stole from yourself. Sure, you could. You got McPeak Incorporated, and then you just steal from that company and don't tell yourself. It's a perfect plan.
That's right. I had no idea.
I'm not myself. That is my entity, which is not me as a being.
That's right.
I
It's
can't
a
answer
fake
for that.
person. Yeah.
You'd have to talk to the CEO of that company. Well, isn't that you? Well, no, I'm Jeremy McPeak.
Exactly. Different social security number, if you didn't know.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Different tax identifying number. That's not me.
Yeah.
You'd have to talk to that person.
No, I had
That
no
person's
idea.
not on trial
I'm the
right
victim here. Why are you attacking me?
now. Right? Actually, I'm suing you.
Defamation of character. You knew it.
This is slanderous.
Yeah. Oh, shit. All right. I think we gave enough answers there. So thank you for the question.
One of those.
Broken but not broke.
Yeah, the not murder kind.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
worse.
Yeah. Or worse. I would like it to be like the hey, we think you're what the hell was that guy's name who supposedly stole like $400,000 and jumped off the plane out in California?
Oh, I don't know. That guy, like something. Oh, so you want something thrill, like ooh, like almost. What is he, James Bond? What
Yeah,
is he doing?
exactly. He almost got away with it too.
Ooh, it's kind of a turn on. I didn't realize that. Was he wearing a tuxedo?
Exactly. Oh god, that'd be good, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
International Man of Mystery.
Take that, girls from high school.
Yeah. See, I it would also probably be like, oh, he brought like a pine cone back from Sweden, and that's illegal.
Right. If I was to pick one, okay, that one I think, oh, he tried to import a fruit.
Yeah.
He had these really great pears and just wanted to bring them home.
Right.
Damn it.
I know, exactly. Oh, you brought back some rocks from Iceland. Oh, you jerk. How could you do
What'd you
such
do
a
that
thing?
for?
Yeah.
You're ruining the whole ecosystem.
These damn rocks.
He's got a moon rock in there for all I know.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Beer thoughts.
Oh, love it. This is a good one. Two Roads cloud sourced. I will buy again. How about you?
Yes. Yeah, mine's a definite yay. I don't even know what the hell I gave it. I think I gave it a 3.75, but it's probably more like a 4.5. And I think that was what Evers was saying.
That's a
He's
big
like,
jump.
yeah, he's like looking at these three Floyds. He's like, I don't know what it is, but I did give it a 4.25 actually.
Okay.
He's like, these three Floyds for all the pale ales, they always get huge ratings, like 4s, 4.5s, and stuff like that. So he thought they'd be pretty good. And he tried them, and he said he liked them. So he's like, I figured I'd share.
Yeah, I
one
usually
with
try
you.
to. How do you rate? Like, if you like, since it's only a scale of 5, but you get quarter points in between.
Mhm.
Like, what if there's one? Like, what's your lowest rating you think you ever put on there?
Like a 1.25.
Oh, really?
And I've never given anything a 5 because you can always make something better.
Right. Yeah. See, I put a couple of 5s in there of ones that were like it's usually like the first one that I was like, whoa, like a hazy IPA. The first one I ever had was that Wrench from Industrial Arts.
Okay.
And I keep trying to compare things to that. So that one still holds like the 5 spot just for me to say like, all right, I still like that one the most. I think it's really flavorful. There's some that have gotten really close. Like there was those couple of ones I had from Twin Elephant in Chatham. Those were really good. And I had a couple from Other Half Brewing, which I think is in, I'm going to say it's either Brooklyn or the Bronx. I don't remember where.
Okay.
But those ones were really good too. So it seems like the smaller breweries.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I like whatever they do because they're really hazy when they pour out. They're like so thick and yellow looking, like you can't even see through the glass.
But you'll give them
Those-
good ratings.
Yeah, and I'll give them a pretty good rating. And there's some like I had like I'm trying to think what else. Like to me, if I put something down as a 3.5, I'm like, to me that's like it's a fine. I would drink it. I don't know if I go out of my way to get it again, but maybe I would. Where like 4 and above, like I know to me, like, okay, anything that's a 4 above, I know I enjoyed it. And anything less than a 3.5 is like an immediate don't ever buy it again.
Right. Okay.
So 3.5 is kind of I guess that's sort of my tier of like, if I want to try something a second time, but I haven't had it in a while, I'll look at like whatever I gave like a 3.5 to be like, I sort of kind of liked it at the time.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, mine's like I think it has to be less than 3 for me to be like, nope.
Right.
And then my
no.
highest is like I think a 4.75, and it takes a lot to get up to a 4.75 because again,
Right.
I don't give 5s because I think there's always an option for something to be like the perfect beer, but I haven't tried it yet.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking of it. We're like, well, I know that the time that I drank this one, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought every sip was good. So at the time, this is great. I thought it was super good. So you're getting a 5 from me, and then I'll go back to it from time to time. Like, well, I really liked it the other day, and I'll get it again. Well, yeah, still really good.
right, yeah, exactly. All right.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's the show. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank Dan for joining me and FU Pigeon for not being here.
Yeah, that's what you got.
That's right. And if you guys have any questions, comments, feedback that you want to let us know, you can reach us at theloadedcouch@gmail.com or at just the Loaded Couch on Twitter or www.theloadedcouch.com. And, hit us up with questions, comments, feedback. If we misrepresented, if there's any games on here that you guys are interested in that you, think that we should try, that we just said that we might not have been interested or didn't even note as being an interest, let us know. And hopefully we'll hear from you. Otherwise, we'll catch you next week. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Later.